got 2 snowflakes here in mind. If I have enough time, I'll do both of them. If not, I'll do them in separate videos. Okay, so I'm going to work 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, join, and I'm using larger yarn. Typically I would do this in thread, but I'm using larger yarn so you can see how it's done. I'm going to work a chain 1, and then I'm going to work a popcorn stitch is what I'm going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I know green might look like an odd color for a snowflake, but it's just so we can see it for camera purposes. You can use whatever color you want to. Maybe there's some people who like to have a green snowflake on their Christmas tree. You never know. Oh my gosh, did I leave myself enough room? Okay, let's do a chain 2. We'll do the same thing again. 5. We're going to have a lot of double crochet in here. By the time we're done, we're going to have a lot. 1, 2. Uh-oh. Oh no, I hate it when this happens. Oh no, please no. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh, this is sad. You know what I'm going to do? I want to see if I can try to salvage this, but I'm just going to, I'm going to do this. 3. I'm going to let it hang out the back. Hopefully it won't get in the way. 4 and 5. This is one of those things that happens. I've got a great big knot here. I'm going to try to hide the knot. So I'm going to do my popcorn stitch right here. This is ridiculous. Oh my gosh, yarn blob, why did you have to happen right now? Okay, I'm just going to crochet over it. Actually, that's what I'm going to do. 1, 2, and so I'm going to work on my, so if I was going to just keep doing this and turn it into a snowflake, I would just crochet right over it. So 1, 2, 3, and that's what I'm doing. 4 and 5. I can't believe that happened like that. That is just, seems about normal. Okay, I've got 5. Snowflakes would be pretty if you like to put things on blue jeans or on shirts. You could put snowflakes on them, or you could even use the snowflakes as a template to spray paint some paint on your shirt. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can pull that out and salvage it though later, because I like to reuse my yarn for demonstration purposes. Okay, so we got 4. I need 2 more. So all I need is 2 more. 2 more, no more knots, please, no more knots. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh no. The yarn is chasing me. Okay. Okay, we've got 5. Flip this around, and we are going to work a single crochet right here like this, chain 2. I was told today, someone said that if I'm AI, I'm doing a lousy job. They wrote that on my YouTube channel. They told me I'm doing a lousy job, and I thought, okay, thank you so much. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I'm doing a lousy job at being AI. I don't know how I could improve. Okay, let's work a single crochet, and then we're going to do a chain 2. So this is what we've got right here. This actually itself would make a pretty snowflake just by itself with this round and a little bit of loop-de-loos. But I'm going to add on a little bit extra. That's what I'm going to do. Add on a tiny bit extra. And okay, do you see how I covered up my mistake that I made? My big knot, my big snake knot that decided to make a grand appearance in the middle of it like just needed some attention. The knot just needed some attention there, didn't it? And okay, so we've got this part done. That's how to make the popcorn stitches. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to work over here, slip stitch into this chain right there like that, and I want to work a cluster stitch. This one's not going to be very big. We're going to do one. Oh, no, cluster is, hang on, I'm messing up already. I was gonna, you could do the puff stitch if you wanted to, but I'm gonna do a cluster with this one. So the cluster is where we work a double crochet. We go through 2 and leave the remaining loops on the hook. Then we go through 2, leave the remaining loops on. I think I'm just gonna do 2 or 3. Let's do 3. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then I'm going to do a chain 3. And so I'm going to do this all the way around. I'm working clusters in each, and this is the increase. Okay, so when I say it's an increase, that means we worked 2 sets of clusters in the same loop. So I'm just going to work a chain 3. I'm going to keep it consistent on this one so it's easy to remember. We're going to do 2 clusters. 1, 2, 3. Yarn over. We got 4 loops on our hook. Pull through all 4. 1, 2, 3. We're going to do the same thing in the next loop. The same loop actually. 1, 2, 3. Like this. Yarn over, pull through. Okay, we've got 2 of them done. I need to unravel a little bit here. I'm unraveling, and okay, so 1, 2, 3. Thank you for the hearts. Oh, thank you. This is from Gojo. Comments working. I think my comments are working. I see you, Gojo. I just don't have very many people commenting for some reason. Yeah, my comments are, hang on, let me put up my top all messages. Yeah, I see all messages. My comments are working. So I guess I'm not getting very many people commenting is the whole thing with this. Okay, so now I'm doing cluster, and in each space around 1, 2, 3. So we're doing 2 clusters in each space for an increase, just like this. Yarn over, pull through all. 1, 2, 3. And the next one, we're doing clusters. So these are actually giant snowflakes, pretty good sized. As far as that goes, let me see if I have something. Well, I'll show you. Okay, so this is a pen. This is, so you can see how pretty big it is compared to a pen, the length of a pen. Okay, so I'm going to keep on going here. Let me see what the, yeah, they are just, I joined, no comments. Yeah, I don't have any comments at all. Chain 3. I'm not signed up for artificial inflation either. I'm not signed up for any of the artificial inflation from people who are hired to leave comments on videos. So that's probably why I don't have any comments, because if that's what you're alluding to, is where, I mean, I know I've had people be snippety like that before and say, oh, you have no comments on your videos when you guys are hired. You know, you guys know who you are, and if you're not part of it, don't take it personally. If you are part of it, then take it personally. You should. Because you're ruining things for everybody else who's trying to do things the right way. And advertisers don't like to have their money wasted. I know I didn't. When I was an advertiser, I was pissed when I found out that my advertisements were showing up on porn websites. And and then someone left me a comment and they said, well, gosh, you know, maybe people, when they're done with that, they would like to do something else other than that. It's like, well, yeah, if you can convince them to, but it's not my job to convince them to do something else, which now I've learned is the celebrities in Hollywood, because it sounds like a lot of the really famous ones have been doing that stuff. Abracadabra. What is abracadabra on TikTok? We've got popping up there. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And okay, slip stitch. Okay, so we got a slip stitch here. So this is where we're going with this now. Chain 1, single crochet, and we're going to do a 1, 2, 3 slip stitch in the top of the same stitch. We will do 1, 2, 3, 4, and slip stitch through the same stitch. So we're making kind of a cluster of chains right here. That's what we're doing right now. And then we're doing a 1, 2, 3, and slip stitch through this chain right here, and then we're going to do a single crochet just like this. So you see what we've got right here? Hang on, I'll show you in just a second here. I want to work a single crochet in the next stitch. This is beautiful. Now if you guys want something to think about, can you imagine Rosie O'Donnell being forced to do that adult content? What are, yeah, it looks like, can you imagine that? I'm making a crochet magic snowflake. I'm making a, what am I making? I'm making a crochet magic snowflake. That's the name of it. But yes, I want to put this thought into your head. Can you imagine Rosie O'Donnell having to do that Hollywood adult content? I want to put that thought in your guys' heads. Oh my goodness sakes. Maybe somebody who has some more powers than what I have with AI can give some of you who think that stuff is funny. I would love for them to give that thought to you, because I don't have that kind of powers, but someone else does. And so those of you who are, you know, who tend to steer down that direction, you know, they can do an impersonator, I'm pretty sure. You know, because, oh my gosh, I learned something yesterday too. Where was it at? Was it on TikTok? There was a guy who wrote something, and what he said was that when the Hollywood goes out of business with their brand franchise people, that someone else can buy the brand, which means that the celebrities, their celebrity names, they can buy that. So someone else can literally buy the celebrities and their name brands, and then it belongs to someone else. So, which that would mean when they go bankrupt, then that means that the celebrity brand names, they can shelf them and just completely get rid of them altogether. That's what they can do. Of course, I don't think that doesn't mean that in the future that maybe somehow they couldn't come back up again somehow, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be the same person, or even have anything close to the same type of personality that it was before. And so I just thought, that's why I said what I did. It's like, can you imagine Rosie O'Donnell being forced into Hollywood adult content? Because as hard of a time as they've given her, you know, and I'm not for or against her in any way whatsoever. I just saw the games that they were playing with each other and how they bail out of the United States, you know, that they're in things for their own interests. And so that's why I talk about some of this media stuff. Oh, someone else told me something interesting too that I learned. What they said was the celebrities, they purposely make them look bad. So I don't know who does it. Someone comes in and they purposely make them do bad because there's something that they're doing that they don't like. I don't know if it's related to, I can only speculate what it's related to. This is my snowflake so far. This is what I've got done. This is what it looks like. And I think some of it's probably related to some of that garbage medical stuff that they talk about all the time when they force. I literally think that the celebrities have gone onto the internet and they kind of force their way into groups, and they just want to talk about things that fit their own narrative and things that they're talking about on TV. And, you know, so it's, once again, it's for them and not for the internet, you know. So I mean, I've never seen a celebrity, a real celebrity, actually want to help a YouTuber, a real YouTuber. None of those fake YouTubers, and I'm going to call every single one of them, they're fake. They're fake YouTubers who have ties to Hollywood, is what they are. And they're not real YouTubers, because it's kind of that premise of, well, there was another YouTuber at one time. They were making fun. They were kind of poking fun at some of the celebrities. And they were saying, oh, the music artists. And they were saying, I bet they don't even have the keys to their own YouTube account. And that's something I would have never thought about. But then how would they know? They probably don't even have the keys to their own YouTube account either. So I'm a child. I don't want to hear about sex. I'm not supposed to be here hearing it. Well, you're not supposed to be here at all. Okay, let's just delete you. I should report you for being a child. Let's see, cancel. Let's just kick you off of the, let's just remove you. There, we just removed the kid. I don't want to hear about your stuff either. I don't want to hear about kindergarten content. You're not supposed to be here. My channel is marked for 18 over, so I guess I have to kick you off of my YouTube channel. I have no other choice. If you're a kid, my stuff is for 18 and over, and you don't get to tell me what to do on my channel. So I'm kicking you off and I'm removing you. I don't care. So there you go. You're off, and good riddance to you. I don't want to hear from you. I have a right to talk about sex on my YouTube channel. I'm an adult and you're a child. You don't fucking get to tell me what to do. Let's put it that way. Right? Right. So if you're a kid, go to someone else's channel. Why are your parents letting you unattended on the internet? I'm tired of hearing about kids on my channel. But you know what it is? It's bait is what it is. It's jail bait that they're putting on the internet right now. That's all it is. Someone's putting jail bait on the internet. Oh, look, that person talked about sexual content on their channel. Now, what if I wanted to teach about sex on my channel, sex education and prevention? It's like, please use condoms so we don't have bratty-ass kids like the one I just had to kick off my channel. Please, parents, future parents, use condoms. I don't want your bratty ass future kids on the internet. I want you to use condoms. I'm not telling you not to do the nasty deed with each other. Please use condoms so we don't have to hear from your bratty ass kids on social media in the future. That's where I'm going with this right now. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is a beautiful snowflake here. Oh, there was a school teacher. Oh, her name keeps coming up too. Oh, this is so funny. Yeah, this is so funny. I kind of forgot about her. I used to go swimming with her all the time. And I loved the woman. Just completely adored her and her husband. Even at a time when I didn't really like my husband very well. And so she was actually telling me, she said she was a former school teacher, and at the time, this was, my gosh, this had to be about 15 years ago or so. And she was telling me that she used to teach in the area where I lived at. And she was telling me some horror stories about the public school system that she had to work in. And I said, oh my gosh, I thought the kids would be good. And she's like, no, they're terrible. That's what she said. They're terrible. She pretty much hated them. So she was, I think, in one of the things where they fight. They didn't know how to get rid of, well, some teachers have tenure, and so they don't know how to get rid of the teachers. So what they do is they fire all of them, and then they bring back the ones that they like. So they fire all of them at the same time, and then they bring back the ones that they want, and they don't hire back the ones they don't like. So that's kind of a loophole for getting rid of bad teachers, because every year there's teachers that, they don't want, how do I word this? Teachers that may not be performing well to the school standards, and so they can't just, I guess, like fire them out and out. But you know how teachers only teach like 9 months out of the year, so teachers don't have. So there's 3 months out of the year the teachers don't get paid. They get unemployment. So isn't teachers kind of double dipping in that sense? In a way, sometimes I've always said that about people who have more than one job. So you've got public school teachers, and then some of them, if they have a husband who works, they may not have to work all summer. So I actually heard multiple things about teachers where they had said that they didn't have to, they said they enjoyed being married because in the summertime they got the summer off, and then they had a husband who took care of things, and so their salary was kind of like a little bit extra. It wasn't, they weren't trying to just sustain themselves off of it. But with inflation, I'm sure it makes it worse right now, and I'm sure it makes it even harder for teachers to get by with prices going up. And I know that when I was in high school, I actually had a teacher, and he worked at a retail store at night, and that was to keep his job so that in the summertime then he would have a job to go to. So he did retail and teaching. So there were sometimes I would see him at school, and then I would see him at night working at the retail store. So basically he had 2 jobs himself. I don't even think he was married. Actually, there was kind of a joke in my high school yearbook that said, oh, look, this teacher is married. And so nobody really knew that the man was married until they had a picture in the high school yearbook showing that he was married. And so I think I'm going to do another video, another live stream for this particular snowflake, or not this snowflake, but for another one. I'm going to just make another live stream. And I think this is about it for right now. So, were you guys shocked that I kicked the kid off of my channel? Because if you guys are going to keep doing this, if you're network and you're going to keep doing this, I'm just going to keep kicking the kids off my channel. If you're going to keep saying that you're a kid and you're under 18, I'm just going to keep kicking you off my channel. That's all I'm going to do, because I think you're part of the networks. And so, you know, I don't want to deal with it. You know, I mean, if that's the direction you want to go, that's the direction it's going to go. I'm just going to keep kicking your kids off the channel. If you want to keep pushing this issue, I'm just going to keep kicking your kids off my channel. I don't have to have them on here. I don't have to have some kid on here who's like, oh, I don't want to hear about sex. It's like, I don't care. You don't get to tell me what to do on my channel. So, all right, that's it. Yeah, thank you. All huffy and puffy, yeah. So, you know, the truth of the matter is kids are brats. They don't get to come on the internet and be shitty to us adults. I don't want to deal with them. They're your kids. You deal with them. I'm just going to kick them off my channel. And I think the rest of the adults are going to do the same thing, kick them off of their channel, which most adults are doing both on TikTok and on YouTube. Nobody wants to deal with kids and have that headache of, oh, well, this person said this and hurt my itty bitty little feelings. You know, oh, poor little kid. If you're 8 years old, your mother needs to be taking care of you, not giving you a phone and letting you sit in front of YouTube all day. And she's just off with her boyfriend or whatever it is, and she left you home alone because she's trying to schmooze to find her own man. Well, you're not my responsibility. I don't know who's at the other end. I don't know if you're an adult who's lying and saying that you're a child. I have no idea. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to hear from you. So, there we go. And so anyway, I've heard from school teachers, the modern day school teachers say that kids are brats. You know, the ones who are in high school and middle school, they said they're brats. The teachers don't even like the kids. Oh, that's a great thought right there. The teachers really don't even like the kids. And so I know I was griping in 2024 about this woman who said she hated old people. But she was really young and she was doing some telemarketing work or something like that. She was on TikTok. And so I could hear her when she had her panels open. So I think she was trying to earn some extra revenue while she was doing something else. I don't know if she was going to college or what she was doing, but she said her job was primarily working with old people. And I think she was trying to sell Medicare Advantage to old people, and old people just weren't buying it, and that's probably why she hated them. But she said she had to work with old people all day long. And so, and then I happened to see the picture or a little bit more details a little bit later on. And so she was holding some things in herself. I actually kind of felt bad for her because I thought, well, I'm going through some similar things myself. She just said that she was getting divorced is what happened. She was getting divorced and she had a kid to take care of. And so it's like, I get the snippety part where she's upset with people. I don't know. She never really said why she hated old people. She just said she hated old people. And, you know, but the thing is, it's like, well, I get it. I understand things. It's like, you know, it's like a lot of us are in the same situation. And if we just stay quiet about things, nothing will ever get changed. So we really need to call politicians and tell them how shitty things are. And, you know, stop blaming other people for things that they have no control over. One old person doesn't have control over things. And, you know, it's the government and some other entities, banking, and these other entities that are a big part of the problem right now. So I have very strong opinions and feelings about a lot of these things that are going on right now related to the prices the price increases that have gone up. And, you know, when it's on Wall Street, it's Wall Street. Call a spade, it's Wall Street doing it. And the money is being given to someone and they are mismanaging it. They're doing something wrong with the money. I don't know who is doing it. There's crimes taking place. Someone is allowing it to happen. I don't know who is, but I kind of have a sneaky feeling it has ties to Wall Street. So that's just my opinion on it. That's just my opinion on it. So um, there's nothing I can do personally to change any of it. Nothing I can do to change it. All I can do is speak out about it and maybe encourage other people to call up their politicians and tell them about the problems they're experiencing. Heck, I'll give you an idea. This is what I've done. Now, I felt like every time I call up one of these help centers in the local community, someone has said, "Oh, well, you need to get a therapist. You should have a therapist." People have even said that on the internet, and I'm like, okay, I don't have a therapist. I don't even have a doctor. So what I've done is I've called up my politician and I said, well, I'm having a hard day today with some mental issues, and I don't have a therapist, so I just thought I'd call you up and tell you about it today. So this is my concerns for today. So I'll leave messages. Some of them only allow us to leave shorter messages. But call up your politician multiple times if you feel like something's going on and you're having a mental health break of some sort. Call up your politician and leave a message on their voicemail for them, and call them up as much as you need to and tell them what the issues are, especially related to affordability and inflation. And I did notice last night they were talking about on the YouTube protests. They said there was an inflation table, an inflation person who had set up. I'm not sure what that's about, but they said there's a person who was talking about inflation, which I think is related to prices rising, related to the protesting. And I think that's something that's important to talk about too, is like, why are prices rising higher? And you're forcing this upon people who don't have the money to be able to pay for it, which that is people who are welfare, people who are senior citizens welfare, who have limited incomes to no incomes. That's the same thing with moms, military veterans, police, fire, first responders, anybody, the whole slew of word salad that we talk about all the time. So I think that's it. Thanks, and I'll see you guys the next time.